Hello, everyone. Welcome to AEW Dark. Myself, Excalibur, joined here by Taz. And Taz, we've got a hell of a night of action ahead of us.
Oh, we do. Definitely an awesome tag match. We have the ultra-talented Shima and T-Hawk clashing with the sinister Dark Order.
Not only that, we have a Falls Count Anywhere match. The rivalry between Kip Sabian and Joey Janela will continue here tonight on Dark.
And Excalibur, as you know, Tully Blanchard is still seeking a permanent tag team partner for Spears, and the Librarian yet again has another chance to prove he might be the guy as they battle QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes.
But before we get to that, we're going to kick it all off here tonight with the very cerebral, the very sinister Jimmy Havoc taking on the Jurassic Express, Marco Stunt.
This contest is set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, from Camden Town in London, England, weighing 14 stone, Jimmy Havoc.
Well, Taz, we mentioned the very cerebral, the very sinister Jimmy Havoc. He took a couple months away from AEW and went to what he says is a good place, but what by most accounts is a very dark place.
Yeah, well, that's Jimmy Havoc, right? I mean, there's a lot of things about him that are dark, that are mean, that are nasty, and as we've been saying here, sinister because, and look, by the way, the side note is, on Havoc, to me, and we saw this in his last outing on Dark, he's showing more in-ring wrestling, which I think is awesome.
And more in-ring aggression as well.
No doubt.
And his opponent, from Olive Branch, Mississippi, weighing 120 pounds,
whoa,
Marco Stunt.
Oh, big pyro.
Yeah.
For Marco Stunt, representing Jurassic Express here tonight. And he is going to have a tall order, no pun intended, ahead of him with Jimmy Havoc.
Well, listen, we've witnessed Marco Stunt, you know, he's obviously undersized compared to everybody he competes against. And it's also well documented, you know, from what I can tell and what people have known about Marco Stunt, he's got a high pain tolerance. The problem is for Mr. Stunt in this match is that Jimmy Havoc, you know where I'm going here, partner.
Yeah,
Jimmy Havoc, he loves to dish out pain, a lot of it.
Relishes in dishing out pain. And, you know, but size can play a factor, but we've seen, most notably in the AEW women's division, size doesn't always mean everything. Riho, weighing just 98 pounds,
sure,
was the first ever AEW Women's World Champion. So Marco Stunt could shock the world here and pull out a huge victory, but he's going to have to get through a very determined Jimmy Havoc first.
You will never hear me knock any man or woman for being undersized.
Oh, look at that, Havoc.
You that, and Stunt, you know, he's got a lot of heart. Havoc, as to your point, I think you're about to say, was being the aggressor before, as this match just kicked off.
Oh, Irish whip reverses Stunt into the rope. Oh, Marco, a unique escape getting out of the way. And now springboard into the elbow drop across the back of the head. Marco covers. Didn't even get a one count there.
Well, this is what wow, Marco Stunt has to do. You know, just keep hitting and moving. Keep hitting and moving.
Lope Suicida there from Marco Stunt. Now back into the ring, head of steam, and a second one sends Havoc reeling. Jimmy Havoc faltering out of the gate here, and Marco Stunt.
Oh, he's not done, my friend. Here we go.
Goes for the swinging DDT on the floor.
Great job, Marco Stunt. That was sick.
And Marco with the full-throated support of the fans here in Atlanta and the Jurassic Express as well.
Take a look right here. Just throwing caution to the wind as the cliche goes, and just hits himself a nice DDT in midair on Jimmy Havoc. Marco Stunt, great stuff.
And Taz, what a way for Marco to mix it up. He hit 2 consecutive topes, and then on the third one, converts into a swinging DDT. It looked like Havoc's posture, almost like he was ready to counter that, but Marco countered the counter.
He countered the counter, which was a great counter.
And oh, look at this. Marco went for the tiaras, perhaps a Hurricane Rana, but Jimmy Havoc using his size and power advantage to powerbomb Marco, and now Havoc Hoists him up, and brainbuster, center of the ring. Only a 2 count there for Havoc, but he planted.
Oh, look at this.
Oh. Luther and Mel, who parted ways in very unceremonious fashion with Awesome Kong, now seemingly turning their attention toward Jimmy Havoc.
Interesting, yeah. I mean, are they looking to align with him? Are they looking to attack Jimmy? Not really sure with Luther and Mel. Who knows with them? But right now, focusing on this match, Marco Stunt in a bad way as Jimmy Havoc now is on the kill.
Jimmy Havoc placing that boot across the throat. Marco Stunt, we saw that video from Jimmy Havoc last week on AEW Dark where he promised to look at his opponent's deepest fears, their weaknesses, and learn how to exploit them. And he did. Whoa! Wow! Just dropping Marco down, cover. 2 count again from referee Mike Posey. But Havoc is now last week it was the arm. Now it seems like Jimmy Havoc's targeting the neck of Marco Stunt.
Yeah, he was cranking on that head. Now he's got himself.
Look at this front chancery.
Yeah, in judo that would be called a Mahadeki Jame, and he's got it hooked in tight. Some call it a guillotine. That would an underhook into a nice suplex, an under and overthrow. That's exactly what that was.
Almost.
He used to do that move, by the way.
Yeah.
That was well done, man.
Little bit of Taz goes a long way. And the hanging neck breaker. Did you see the impact?
Wow.
Stunt coming down hard. 1, 2.
I'll tell you, Excalibur, man, the toughness in Stunt, I've talked about it before, Marco Stunt, and he's able to kick out of all these high-impact maneuvers, man. I mean, that takes a lot for a guy that's given up a plethora of size.
Cazadora. Stunt goes off the middle rope.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Havoc captures. He's got the arm hooked, and now looking for the jaw, looking to link his hands underneath Marco Stunt, and he's got those hands right underneath the chin. He's actually cranking back on the chin, Taz.
Yes, he sure is. If he's trying to get a different grip, Jimmy Havoc, he couldn't get it. If he could get a class grip, that really would have helped to get a victory here. But look at the foot of Marco Stunt, able to get a rope break there. Great presence of have a good mat sense in the ring by Marco Stunt.
But Havoc continuing to punish that neck of Marco. It all started with that brainbuster in the early going of the match, and now with Marco just strung up in the ropes, the Jurassic Express helpless to look on.
Yeah, it's tough when you're watching your homeboy just get beat up and stretched right here by Jimmy Havoc. Jungle Boy and the gigantic Luchasaurus can't do anything.
Now on the turnbuckle, that steel turnbuckle being driven into the back of the base of the neck of Marco Stunt. Oh! Wow. Using the hair of Stunt. Oh, man.
See Stunt's eyes? Excalibur, not a good look, man. He looks like he's in another world right now.
Yeah, the referee needs to take the safety of the competitor into consideration.
Can he finish the match? Can Marco Stunt even finish?
And especially Taz, I mean, you know this better than anybody. Neck injuries can have a serious effect on your career.
Shut you down quick. Shut me down for 9 months. So hopefully Marco Stunt's okay here. Because Jimmy Havoc's going to have, he's not going to let up.
Oh, just
gut wrench. Yep.
Nothing fancy about it. Jimmy Havoc using his size advantage to great effect. Now the leg is hooked. Fisherman suplex. 1, 2 count.
Yeah, he had a good bridge. Good bridge on that fisherman. If you can get on top of your head and get your belly button to the sky, it's a better way to capture a victory. But again, the toughness and the heart we're seeing out of Marco Stunt, able to kick out. But you got to respect, like it or not, how much fight and violence and vigor, that Jimmy Havoc keeps bringing.
Yeah, Jimmy Havoc very focused since his return to AEW. We've seen, a more thoughtful, more methodical Jimmy Havoc, but Marco Stunt trying to light him up with rights and lefts.
Oh, wow. No, that was a right.
Yeah, 1 solid right hand to the jaw. Now Marco ducks the Acid Rainmaker. Leaping Enziguri. I think Jimmy thought it was coming from the other side. He tried to block, but Marco, great counter in midair.
Good way to cauliflower ear. That left ear of Jimmy Havoc got lit up with that Enziguri. Watch Stunt. This guy can fly. Ooh,
he sneaks in underneath the legs of Jimmy Havoc, and now another high kick has Havoc rattled. Marco up to the top. diving, stomping between the shoulder blades. Marco hits the ropes, running knee strike.
Got to try it. Well, nah, that's that.
Heads up move by Havoc.
Very smart by a veteran, and Jimmy Havoc understood that the momentum was not on his side. He got his rear end out of the ring. Like it or not, smart.
You can see the scars all over the back and shoulders of Jimmy Havoc. He does relish in, oh, look at that, Marco! Went for that tope again, but Havoc very easily countered by simply stepping out of the way.
And sometimes you don't have to do much. If you're one step ahead of your opponent like Havoc was on stunt, that's all you need.
And oh,
really singled out the back of that upper neck and upper spine region.
And now he has the left arm of Marco captured. Acid Rainmaker!
It's got to be it.
Just leveling Marco's stunt. 1, 2, 3. That is it. Jimmy Havoc victorious here tonight.
Winner of this match, Jimmy Havoc.
I'll tell you what, Havoc completely blew up stunt with that clothesline. Dude, that was heavy hit, man.
Took Marco off of his feet and very nearly beheaded him. And now Jimmy Havoc is 2-0 in the year 2020.
Yeah, Jimmy Havoc quietly making noise, if you get what I'm saying, here in AEW.
And here we see again that Acid Rainmaker. Oh, just turning Marco inside out. The high stack, but he didn't even need it. The ref could have counted to 10, and I think Marco would have been out.
Great job right there. Hey, Stunt showed a lot of heart, man. Just came up short.
ShopAEW.com is the exclusive home for all your favorite All Elite Wrestling official apparel and gear. Log on today and check out all these amazing new items. Through February 29th, AEW is donating 20% of proceeds from the I Love AEW t-shirt to the American Heart Association's Atlanta Go Red for Women campaign in honor of American Heart Month. Shop AEW.com, log on today, and wear what the stars of AEW wear. My gosh, look who has returned to AEW Dark. Hello, Dasha Gonzalez.
Hello, reunited, and it feels so good. I'm so excited to be back.
It's great to have you back. How have you been?
I've been wonderful, you know.
We have really missed you, and just let you know that since you've been gone, things are still crazy in AEW.
I'm glad nothing has changed.
That's
that
right.
makes me happy.
That's right. And we're getting ready to see tag team action. Strong Hearts will go up against the Dark Order. Still waiting on the Exalted One to arrive.
I'm dying to find out who this Exalted One is, and I'm even more creeped out the fact that he could be anywhere. Or she, we don't know.
That's right. He could be behind the camera shooting. It could be Nathan shooting us right now. You think so? You never know. Right now, let's go back inside the arena here, down on the floor, where Excalibur is standing by with our great friend, the one, the only, Taz!
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first from the Keep at a combined weight of 439 pounds, Stu Grayson, Evil Uno, Dark Order.
Well, the Dark Order, they are targeting the top of the AEW tag team division, but they're also very intent on recruiting and filling out their ranks, Taz.
Oh, yeah, they always are. It never ends. It never ends with Dark Order. They're always looking to evolve and grow. Correct me if I'm wrong, on Dynamite, we saw some of that recruitment by Evil Uno with Shima, correct?
Yeah, that's right. After the tag team battle royal, after Strong Hearts were eliminated, Evil Uno presented Shima with that symbolic Dark Order mask, but we heard from Shima on AEW Twitter a very emphatic rejection.
Which should lead to an interesting confrontation here.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 377 pounds, Shima T-Hawk Strong Hearts.
And Taz, it was 6 days ago, that tag team battle royal to determine who would go on to AEW Revolution to fight for the World Tag Team Championship. Unfortunately, Strong Hearts were eliminated, but the Young Bucks came out victorious that night.
Oh, that tag team battle was insane, man, on Dynamite. It was wacky nuts. It was awesome. The whole show was awesome, but that was nuts. Tell you what, I'm a big fan of Strong Hearts, of Shima and T-Hawk, their style and what they bring as athletes, as grapplers, as strikers. Excellent. But, you got to be careful with Evil Uno and Grayson. These guys are underratedly talented, in my opinion. Put aside everything, all the wackiness of the Dark Order. They're legit.
Yeah, that's right. They are ranked in the top 5 here in the AEW Tag Team Division. They have a tremendously high upside. And Strong Hearts is going to have are going to have a tough test, but if there's anybody that can weather the storm, it's T-Hawk, a man with perhaps pound for pound the heaviest hands in AEW.
He's got some heavy hands. I shook his hand once. I couldn't believe it. Felt like a brick. Oof. Simple tackle, but effective. How he stepped into that tackle, Evil Uno, great stuff. Simple things work sometimes when done right.
T-Hawk.
Whoa! God, there's your chop.
Just rips the chest of Uno with that big chop.
While he's wearing that, Evil Uno's wearing a heavy latex vest. I think it's latex.
And T-Hawk covered. Oh, the eye poke.
Very clever.
Smart move by the Dark Order. And, we saw that large contingent of the Dark Order watching on as Alex Reynolds and John Silver competed in that Tag Team Battle Royal last week. And all of that was in service of the Exalted One, a man we still don't know the identity of.
Yes, maybe one day we'll find out. Looking forward to that. Who the hell knows?
There's been a lot of speculation. Oh, wow. T-Hawk with that basement drop kicks take Grayson off his feet, and you see Grayson immediately extending that left leg out.
Well, the speed, and you saw that at Excalibur, how T-Hawk came out of the corner and just lowered his level in that drop kick right to the front of the kneecap patella area. Very, very, very strong and impressive.
T-Hawk tremendously explosive as he now tags in Shima for his first action in the matchup. Drop toe hold, leg drop combination.
The speed of these guys.
Shima.
Awesome.
Oh!
Right in the mush.
42 years of age, looking as fast as ever as Shima. And giving a little bit of the business to Evil Uno.
The gimmick Schneebitz, Fern and Burnham. I saw that.
Shima
that on now.
Stepping over, using that Yaveo style, that Mexican submission wrestling style.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, it's so difficult. That's why you see what Grace is trying to do right. Exactly. Get to that bottom rope. Basically the only way out of a hold like that.
You have no use of your hands. There's nothing else you can do. All you can do is scoop.
He had it tight, too. Shima had it on tight. Less separation between the body. You don't want any air. You want muscle on muscle. That's what you want on a hold like that.
And Shima, 22-year veteran. If there's anybody that knows how to sink in a submission hold.
Oh, yeah.
It's Shima, now T-Hawk.
Oh, man.
Whoa. Went for that chop, but Grayson, he was able to counter the momentum of T-Hawk and drive him into the corner. Oh!
There's a little recito right there from Evil Uno on to T-Hawk. I don't know if you want to trade chops with T-Hawk to the point you made earlier at Excalibur.
And the reason he's called T-Hawk is because of the tomahawk chop. He is so heavy-handed and so dangerous as he sends Uno into the ropes. He was going to go for that overhand, but Uno identified the danger and immediately retreats to the outside.
Well, it's good. Well, it's smart to try and avoid that. Now running up, you got to be careful of Evil Uno. You don't want to blow up out there.
T-Hawk giving chase.
Whoa!
Uno leaps over, but Grayson had made the blind tag, comes in. Oh! Just plants T-Hawk. 1, 2, and look at the arrogance of Stu Grayson. He turned his back to Shima on that pinning predicament.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Grayson, you and I have talked about him a lot, Excalibur. It's just his intensity. It's a fight. He's in a fight. When you watch this guy in a match, you watch his wrestling style. He's nonstop. He's always on. He's always going to bring offense. Always going to bring intensity. It's just a straight fight. I love his style.
Born and bred for combat. That's not just a nickname, as Uno with the high boot takes down T-Hawk.
Evil Uno very proud of the Dark Order.
And I mean, he's found a home in this keep, in this this citadel where the Exalted One holds whatever arcane rituals one holds.
I'm sure they do all sorts of stuff involving candles.
Candles, probably, perhaps a touch of community service. Lateral press, 1, 2. Grayson, you saw actually planting on the tips of his toes to put all of his weight driving down on the shoulders of T-Hawk, but T-Hawk shouldered the midsection, fighting his way free. Grayson reversing T-Hawk into the ropes. Oh, jumping knee strike. And just a big elbow across the throat. 1, 2. 2 count again as T-Hawk able to pick up.
Tight cover really jacked his opponent up. All the weight on the back of his shoulders.
And CIMA, he's been powerless out on the corner for much of this matchup. You know he wants a shot at Uno, but thus far he's been unable to get satisfaction.
And T-Hawk now with those elbows to the gut of Grayson. Oh, wow. Great job. Excellent counter here. Now, if you know, obviously, if you're T-Hawk, you got to try and get to your corner and get CIMA into this match.
Yeah, CIMA, the fresh man, the fresh blood, out on the apron.
Here we go.
Tags are made. CIMA charges in, drop kick.
Wow.
Forceful drop kick sends Uno back to the corner.
You think? I think there's another one coming. Oh, double knees.
Double knees, ducks under the lariat attempt from Grayson and sends Grayson into the face of Uno, rolls through, a kind of roll. No, knees again.
Man.
And now, the stomp on the chest.
Stomp the hell out of his sternum.
CIMA, a house on fire here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Here comes T-Hawk now, and Evil Uno in grave danger.
Strong Hearts sending Uno across the ring. Back elbow. T-Hawk charges in, eats a boot for his trouble. Oh!
Wow. Damn near knocked the hell out of him.
A chop sending Uno to the outside.
Oh, man, what a chop. Watch
And
out!
Strong Hearts take flank. Stereo Tope Suicida.
Dropped all 4 members of the Dark Order.
And Strong Hearts with a momentary upper hand right now. T-Hawk returning Evil Uno to the ring. Uno very unsteady on his feet.
Uno has no idea where he is. Look at this here. Incoming Strong Hearts.
Strong Hearts, great 2-for-1 right there.
Oh, wow, what a right hand. Damn.
Big right hand from Uno, drop to hold on the rope. CIMA, the diving knees across the spine.
Right to the lower back.
Grayson popped up, eats the knee to the jaw.
He's not done with Grayson. Oh, wow.
T-Hawk, tremendous power there.
Holy cow. Man.
And now CIMA up to the top.
He was gonna fly.
Missile dropkick takes down Uno. Trying to cross the legs. He's got Uno set up perhaps for the perfect driver. 1, 2, no. Uno kicks a leg free and kicks out.
Well, Evil Uno, thickly built, stoutly built, and CIMA took him a little while to hook that, hence helping for the kick out.
Double hammer throw into the corner. T-Hawk charges in. And now so does CIMA, but Uno able to take out both members of Strong Hearts. Meeting of the minds there in the corner. And Uno, fireman's carry, he's got T-Hawk up. Oh, DDT Samoan drop combination by Evil Uno.
Very smart, very innovative. Talk about 2-for-1.
Now Stu Grayson coming off the middle rope. Oh, God! Leaping to the outside, spiking CIMA on the apron with that DDT.
It was nuts.
T-Hawk popped up, power bomb. Grayson covers 1, 2, 3. Oh no, T-Hawk kicks out.
What a match here.
And here's the thing, the Dark Order are showing why they're so highly ranked in the tag team division. So effective as they've now got T-Hawk up.
Speaking of effective, it's about to go down right now.
Fatality. The cover, 1, 2, 3. That is it, Dark Order victorious.
Our winners of this match, Dark Order.
Well, the Dark Order now sitting at 7-2 overall here, 3-0 in 2020. Very impressive. I mean, what a match by all 4 men.
And once they had T-Hawk isolated, it was all academic, Taz.
Yeah, definitely. You could just see how T-Hawk lands cutter-esque on the face and neck area. Pitfall fundamental right there by Evil Uno.
And the Exalted One, wherever he is, he must be smiling as the Dark Order victorious on AEW Dark, coincidentally.
Well, do you like them Strong Hearts? I mean, this team, I know they had to go up against the Dark Order this week, but this team, I think, is on the rise if they can wrestle on a full-time basis here in AEW.
We'll see. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm
pretty sure that they do have the heart to make that happen.
Their heart is strong, right?
Oh, yeah.
I love her. Let's take a look at where you're going to see AEW live in the coming months.
Catch AEW Dynamite live in the Kansas City area in Independence, Missouri tomorrow night at the Silverstein Eye Centers Arena.
AEW Dynamite arrives in Denver at the First Bank Center in Broomfield, Colorado on Wednesday, March 4th.
Dynamite debuts in Salt Lake City, Utah at the Maverick Center on Wednesday, March 11th.
AEW makes its debut in the Empire State of New York. Will be at the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York, Wednesday, March 18th.
The New York Metropolitan Tri-State Area debut of AEW Dynamite will happen in Newark, New Jersey at the Prudential Center on Wednesday, March 25th.
Catch AEW Dynamite in Milwaukee at the UW Milwaukee Panther Arena Wednesday, April 1st.
St. Louis, get ready for AEW Dynamite live on Wednesday, April 8th at the Shavitz Arena.
AEW Dynamite returns to Boston. That's right, we're coming back Wednesday, April 15th at the Agganis Arena. It's AEW Dynamite.
And AEW Dynamite also returns to Philadelphia on Wednesday, April 22nd at the Liqueur Center.
Las Vegas, Nevada, Saturday, May 23rd, MGM Grand Garden Arena. It's Double or Nothing. It's our big pay-per-view.
And that, of course, is Memorial Day weekend, and the party continues 4 days later. That's right, AEW Dynamite will also be held at the MGM Grand the following Wednesday, May 27th.
And now a big announcement. AEW Dynamite returns to Texas. We are coming to Houston at the Fertitta Center. That's right, Fertitta Center on campus, Wednesday, April 29th. Tickets will go on sale this Friday, February 28th at 11 a.m. Central. Tickets start only $30.
And our next AEW pay-per-view event, AEW Revolution, is Saturday, February 29th at the Wintrust Arena in downtown Chicago. It is the first visit inside Chicago city limits.
So make sure you see AEW Dynamite and AEW Dark wherever you are, and you'll be able to see as well the gorgeous Dasha Gonzalez. Right now, let's go back to the ring with Excalibur and Taz.
Introducing first, to be accompanied to the ring by Penelope Ford. From Golston, Norfolk, England, weighing 181 pounds, super bad kick.
Whoa, look at Joey.
Oh! Joey Janela coming from behind. And he rolls him up.
Oh, here he goes.
1, 2, no! Penelope Ford actually breaking up the pinfall. That might have been it. I think he's trying to challenge for John Moxley's shortest match record here in AEW.
Almost got it. Penelope helped out there. And
oh, look at this. Penelope Ford launching off the... Oh!
Tough way to handle your ex-boyfriend.
And Taz, that's exactly the source of the hostilities between Penelope Ford and Joey Janela, and I guess Kip Sabian, is that Joey and Penelope used to date.
Oh no, wow. Oh, Penelope got nailed there.
Penelope got clipped by the ankle of Janela Sabian.
Someone better check her out. That was... She really got popped bad there.
And
hope she's okay.
Oh! The sledge to the spine by the bad boy, Joey Janela, who is still out for revenge against Kip Sabian.
Again, this is falls count anywhere, so it is what you're hearing it is. That pinfalls can happen anywhere, hence why the referee is following the two combatants around in Janela and Sabian.
Yeah, Rick Knox, I guess made a mistake, but not technically, by being in the ring for this Falls Count Anywhere matchup.
Well, he's used to being in the ring. Yeah. Rich likes the ring, so Rick, I should say.
Oh, Sabian slammed into those barricades.
Yeah, his body really, lit up into that steel, and Janela just raining down with those shots. Listen, Excalibur, we know it's well documented the hatred between these two guys, and hey, like we've seen a lot in life, there's a lady in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So, it happens.
It happens, but it's about so much more than that. It's about these guys fighting for their place here in AEW in the early days. Oh, look at this.
Watch out!
Oh, my God.
Whoa.
Penelope Ford diving off the stage.
That was awesome. Holy cow. Well, I guess Penelope's okay. That was sick.
Leaping off the stage with a crossbody to take out Joey Janela on the floor. And she has turned the tide of this matchup in the favor of her boyfriend, Kip Sabian.
The advantage definitely towards Kip now, and he definitely taking advantage of Joey on it. Again, it's all legal. It's falls count anywhere, so for Penelope to do that, it's all good.
Oh! Janela, though, counters. That thrust kick to the jaw, knocking Sabian back. Penelope, went for the cartwheel elbow, but Janela just simply moved out of the way.
Like a 2-on-1 match.
And Penelope Ford making the cardinal mistake of professional wrestling. You take your eyes off your opponent. Oh, look at this. Sabian!
On his
Diving
feet.
off the barricade, making it look easy, Taz.
Yeah, he's so athletic, Kip Sabian, there's no doubt. And he's also got a definite mean streak, but you got to do that with someone like a Joey Janela. And as you pointed out, Excalibur, these guys know each other so well. Joey Janela is known in the industry for just being wild as hell and just taking chances in matches for years.
A well-known risk taker, Joey Janela is. And now Kip Sabian captures the leg, rolls through, and actually, no, he has the head captured. You can see he's got that left leg on the instep of Joey Janela's knee.
That's tough, yeah, and to your point, it keeps your opponent's hips close to your hips. When you have that tightness, it's really tough to move. As you can tell here, you don't have to be a wrestling scientist to figure it out. It's tough for Janela to get out of this thing here.
Yeah, Janela is captured in almost a 3-in-1. He's got the pressure on the neck, the shoulder, and the abdomen.
You don't expect to see a guy getting stretched in a falls count anywhere.
No, but that goes to Kip Sabian's roots
Sure.
in the British style of wrestling, using those effective holds.
Well, catch methods, yeah, the catch methods for sure. And Janela now with these hard chops.
But Joey Janela from the mean streets of Asbury Park, New Jersey, they have a different style of catch-as-catch-can over there, I understand, Taz.
Yeah, I've been to Asbury Park many times. There's mean streets there, for real. So that's no lie.
And Janela.
Kip's trying to get out of.
Yeah, he's
trying to get out of Asbury or Atlanta.
Yeah, looking for any sort of egress here in the State Farm Arena. And what a reception we've had here, Taz, in Atlanta, and specifically in the State Farm Arena. The folks at State Farm have been nothing short of wonderful.
Yes, awesome. Watch out. Oh, my God.
Oh! But just as I say that, Janela delivering a wonderful boot to the jaw of Kip Sabian. Well, I guess wonderful all depends on whether you're on the giving or receiving end of it.
Correct. It was wonderful for Joey. And again, these shots here by Janela. Again, if you're just joining in here, this is falls count anywhere between Kip Sabian and Joey Janela.
And now, headed up the stairs here.
You know, I tell you, Excalibur, in my career, like I've had a lot of these matches, we called them, you know, FTW rules. It was falls count anywhere, and it takes a lot out of your body, out of not just your opponent, if you're even offensive, but on yourself. It really is. So, you know, you're fighting a lot on the cement, on the concrete. You see them on the steps. Now Janela's got himself a little mizu. That's water.
That's water in Japonesa.
Yeah. Look at you.
And I never knew that that's what FTW stands for. It's kind of interesting that you didn't abbreviate the first letters of the word. You actually went for the last letter in the second word, and what is that, the fourth letter in the, last word? Yeah.
Gentleman. Unlike Joey Janela, who's not being gentlemanly-like in this match, and you can't blame him. Watch out, though. Look to this.
He launched off the barricade, but got a chair right in the face from Kip Sabian.
Kip Sabian had to do something because he was just getting taken advantage of by Joey. Had all the momentum, you know, so he had to do something, and it's legal.
And
why not?
And this is the type of match that favors Joey Janela. An aggressive, all-out brawl.
Yeah, but look at Kip Sabian. I mean, he's motivated by Penelope. I get it, but here comes Kip again.
Sabian. Oh, no! For the drop kick to Janela on the chair, but Janela dodging out of the way. Damn. And Sabian, his lower back.
Let's take a look.
That's a prosthetic leg.
Prosthetic leg Jones. Watch out.
And look at
that, man. That was nuts.
Sabian's lower back colliding with that chair. And now Janela.
Yeah, he's got
the prosthesis. The right hand.
He's got the gimmick leg.
And now Joey Janela. The running boot to the face.
Like a running mafia kick, kinda. It was very nice of that gentleman. Only Joey Janela can pull something off like that.
And Kip Sabian left without a leg to stand on as Joey Janela.
That was funny.
Looking for the hardware underneath the ring.
Uh-oh. And look at Penelope. She don't want no part of her new boyfriend, her current boyfriend, going through a table.
Yeah, usually breakups don't end quite this ugly.
Yeah, this thing, yeah. How long were they together, do you know?
Off and on, a couple years.
That must have been nuts. It's a whole nother story.
Get Joey drunk enough on White Claw, he'll tell you sometime.
I'm good.
You've heard enough breakup stories in your life.
Exactly.
And Janela now bringing Sabian over to that table.
Well, the proverbial bad intentions on the mind of Janela. Kip Sabian.
Trying to hoist up.
Oh, buddy, he's in deep trouble.
Super bad, but Sabian escapes.
Oh, whoa!
Oh, half and half suplex. 1, 2, no! On the ring apron, very nearly defeating Joey Janela.
Yeah, smart. You got a good base on the ring apron that's well documented. You know, that is the hardest area, hardest part of the ring. So if you're going to hit a maneuver like that, why not?
Now,
Really,
the firmest footing.
correct, for your footing, but the landing is hellacious. Oh, God, this is going to be hellacious.
Sabian
Oh, no.
with Janela.
Watch that table don't flip up. This is nuts.
Oh!
What the hell?
That twisting neck breaker through the table.
He's gotta
1,
get it. He's got it.
2,
He's got it.
No! Janela from that pit of a table, able to somehow raise his shoulder up, Taz.
Now Penelope grabbing another table for Kip. Let's take a look here to your point Excalibur. Oh, look at that.
A twisting neckbreaker. Sabian come crashing down on top of Janela. Getting it from all sides there was the bad boy.
You know, listen, I understand it's false count anywhere and stuff like that, but Penelope really, it's assisting heavily for Kip in this thing.
Oh! Using that shard of a table to just bludgeon Janela.
Yeah, that hurts. I'm telling you, I've had that feel.
Yeah.
That sucks, trust me.
And Penelope and Kip pulling out a second table.
Wow. Well, he's definitely got something in mind, Kip. Setting up 2 tables, so, man, he trying to figure out what he's thinking of doing here.
Kip Sabian and Joey Janela fighting tooth and nail, but Penelope Ford has been the difference maker in this matchup, Taz.
Massive assist to Kip. Uh-oh. Going for a big vertical suplex here as Excalibur off that bottom rope. That's where the footing is.
Yeah, and he's using that bottom rope as leverage.
Like a springboard-esque.
It would propel Janela higher and further out through those tables.
Yeah, great observation. You're spot on, man.
Sabian.
That's why Penelope's moving the table. She's that shifting over.
Trying to reposition it. Oh, the headbutt from Janela.
Some headbutt. Hell of a headbutt.
Big right hand there from the bad boy. Janela.
Oh, no.
The lip ahead of Steve. Elbow. Sabian knows he's in trouble. He hangs on desperately. You can see actually he clinched those hands together to prevent himself from falling.
Look at Penelope. She's not done.
She's headed up top.
What the?
Oh! The flying hurricanrana takes down Janela. Penelope Ford. Cartwheel into the spear.
God, she really hates Joey.
And now charging in. Sent up and over the top. Oh, the paintbrush across the face of Janela. Penelope headed up top once again. Cross body.
Oh, no, Joey, don't do it.
Joey hangs on.
Put it down, Joe. Don't do it. Oh, no.
Got Penelope.
Joey, don't do it. No!
Launches her into Kip Sabian into the tables. I am the table, says Joey Janela, launching Penelope Ford into Kip Sabian.
Look at this. I did not think Joey would do it. I mean, I understand how pissed he must be because of how much Penelope interjected herself in this match, but...
And look at how Sabian fell. It was almost like a Russian leg sweep on Penelope on that other table.
Crazy.
No good way to land in that exchange.
Penelope, she's got to get like backstage and get out of this area. I don't want to see that girl get hurt.
No,
you know?
but I mean, she keeps repeatedly putting herself in harm's way, Taz. That's the problem.
I understand, but you know, you're right. I mean, you're right, but still, someone's got to get her the hell out of here. Oh no. Oh man.
Joey Janela with that kendo stick.
This is going to be ugly.
Oh, God. A swing and a home run shot. The bad boy puts away super bad.
Oh, winner of this match.
Yo.
The bad boy, Joey Janela.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I've seen in my career guys get hit with kendo sticks a lot. And you know what I mean and where I mean. That shot right there to the back of the skull and side of the head and the ear area, the way Joey swung that Singapore cane, that kendo stick, holy cow. That was vicious.
Joey Janela swung for the fences with that kendo stick, and he just put the likes of Kip Sabian out here in Atlanta, Georgia.
Swung with just insane intentions of hurting. Badly, Kip Sabian.
Well, Taz, we just saw that insane Falls Count Anywhere matchup, but Dark is not over yet.
Oh, no.
We've got one more matchup left to go here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Cannot wait. Main event for sure. I mean, listen, we're going to see Sean Spears with Tully Blanchard. Tully has been in search of a tag team partner for Spears, and he's got one for tonight again, and that's Peter Avalon, by the way, against QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes.
A man who knows Atlanta, Georgia very well. We will have that matchup in just a few moments.
I'm here with two members of the Nightmare family, QT Marshall and Dustin Rhodes, tonight teaming up for the first time, 2-on-2 competition. Talk to me. You're going to be taking on Mr. Peter Avalon as well as Sean Spears.
Well, let's just talk about this, Justin. What an honor and privilege it is to team up with a legend like Dustin Rhodes.
Brother, I love you to death. Nightmare family, man.
Nightmare family, man. It's going to be exciting. I'm speechless.
And guess what? We have a special weapon tonight. You've got Leva Bates out there. You've got Tully. You better watch yourselves.
QT Marshall, Dustin Rhodes, and a secret weapon, AEW Dark.
This is a tag team bout set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Approaching the ring first, being accompanied by legendary Four Horsemen member Tully Blanchard. From Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, weighing 227 pounds, he is the self-proclaimed chairman of AEW, Sean Spears.
Taz, since adding Tully Blanchard as his advisor, Sean Spears, he showed a lot of promise, but since then has faltered. And I think it's a case of no matter how good the... Oh, I believe I'm being shushed.
Yeah, you have to shh. That's kind of how this goes. You know that. Remember last week we kind of joked that his robe was too big? He got mad. He was telling me earlier he was really ticked.
Pardon
Really
me,
mad.
I said
I'd hate to reference it again about how his robe is too big.
His robe is gigantic on him.
He's swimming in it.
I am thrilled. Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, wow. The librarian got shut down.
And their opponents, the team of QT Marshall and the Natural, Dustin Rhodes.
Look at this, Brandy providing a little bit of backup.
Brandy out there for support. That's awesome.
They are the Nightmare family. Dustin Rhodes, Brandy Rhodes, Cody, and QT Marshall, an honorary member of the Nightmare family, one of Cody's training partners, a man that, is a big part of the fabric of AEW, but a man still looking for his first victory here in an AEW ring.
As far as QT Marshall right there.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
He's obsessed with apples, but he's a pretty good grappler for sure. He can get it done. He just try to get in that first win. And, it takes time sometimes.
And sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
You roll a pebble down the hill, it's a boulder by the time it reaches the bottom. But as I was going to say, Tully Blanchard, since coming into the service of Shawn Spears, Spears has not been providing the results that Tully wants, and it almost goes to show that no matter how good the teacher, if the student is unwilling, it doesn't matter.
No, and as you see Spears and Avalon, I mean, he had an opportunity before to be the partner of Shawn Spears, and now he's getting another opportunity. You can see they still don't have that chemistry, just in what's going on in the corner over there. But Tully Blanchard still in search, so maybe Avalon, that's his second go at this.
And Tully and Dustin Rhodes, a lot of history there.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
Famous bad blood, not only between the Rhodes family and the Four Horsemen, but also between specifically Tully Blanchard and Dustin Rhodes.
Well, Tully's he knows the deal. He's got to get down on the floor. He can't be hanging out on the apron.
And Shawn Spears and QT Marshall, also no shortage of bad blood between those two men.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Cody's rivalry with Shawn Spears is very well known, and QT Marshall taking good umbrage with that, but look at that, Avalon.
Yeah, had that whizzer into a hip lock. Well done. That overhook's a whizzer. A lot of people won't realize that, but that was done well by that was done well by QT. I was about to say Peter Avalon did well with that hip lock.
And speaking of history, Taz, QT Marshall and Peter Avalon met here on Dark, and so no shortage of bad blood all around in this match as Dustin hits that rising knee. QT with a standing Mariposa.
Yeah.
One. Only a 2 count from referee Bryce Remsburg.
That QT will come up with some high-flying antics sometimes. I love what he does, and I pop every time.
I believe that was the QT special number 4. And Avalon breaks free of the grip of the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Don't touch me! Can't touch Shawn Spears. Can't do that.
Shawn Spears is the one that does the touching.
Wait a minute. Yeah, but
he made the tag right there.
Well, he's trying to be legal in the match. Excalibur, if that is your real name.
It says so on my passport, man. And Shawn Spears and Dustin Rhodes now set to face off. You have to imagine that Dustin still has not forgotten when Shawn Spears wrapped that chair around the head of his younger brother, Cody. Setting Cody up for, I believe it was 12 staples in the back of the head.
Yeah, it was nasty. I remember seeing that by Spears on Cody for sure. And hanging on to that headlock. Good job right there by Shawn Spears. Strong athlete, experienced as hell, as is Dustin, obviously.
And now Dustin, though, throwing off Shawn Spears. Shoulder tackle takes down Dustin. He went for the trip, but Spears able to counter. And
almost 2. Look, see?
Yep.
2, not 10. See, 2.
He's so close.
He did 2 fingers.
Old habits die hard.
You get it? The 2 fingers? I'm saying 2.
No, I got you, man.
Sorry. I'm obsessed with it.
No, 2. Okay, I acknowledge your joke.
Wasn't a good one, but it was there.
I'm giving you acknowledgement.
Thank you. I need acknowledgement. Oh, Mock City. I see. Oh! Watch that.
Oh, Spears. Great misdirect there. Shot to the midsection. Dustin puts on the brakes. And that scoop uppercut from Dustin Rhodes has Shawn Spears fighting off the back foot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Spears caught it. I mean, he might have a chipped tooth. The guy's got an issue with his tooth. You might want to see Dr. Britt Baker for that.
I was going to say, it's too bad Tony Schiavone's not here. He might have her phone number. And now Spears raining left hands. Nope.
Tremendous. Stop punching. I love it.
Oh, Manhattan drop. Dustin turns the tables on the chairman.
Dustin will get in your head, man, during a match. I'm telling you that from experience. I've wrestled him more than once. He can get in your head, and he just did it there. Besides punching the guy 9 times or 10.
And, just stepping into that right hand.
Snapping jab-like blows by Dustin.
Rocking the jaw of Sean Spears and QT Marshall.
QT now, he's someone.
Left hand.
Everybody's just throwing punches. Flip flies, everything's going on. It's great.
QT almost taking a swing at Tully.
Yeah, it's not Tully's first barbecue. He's like, whoa, whoa, that's all right. Sean and Peter can take the punches. I'll back at this thing. I don't blame Tully.
And a great show of appreciation of the legend, Dusty Rhodes, here in Atlanta, Georgia. Home so many memorable nights.
Oh, God. It's insane.
Right here on the ground, what used to actually be the Omni here in Atlanta. Now the State Farm Arena. Avalon.
Oh, baby! Wow. QT Marshall got all of that on the librarian Peter Avalon.
Avalon
about 10 reversals there.
Oh! Back elbow. Takes Avalon off his feet. Ducks under Spears. Big right hand. Takes on Spears. And now Leva Bates grabbing the boot. Grabbing the boot of QT Marshall. Oh!
Good job by Peter Avalon. Smart. He realized his opponent had his back to him because of the distraction by Leva. And Peter took advantage of it. Now Sean Spears was tagged in. I don't know if people caught that, but he's legal now as Spears.
We mentioned how QT Marshall is looking for his first victory here in AEW, but
he's tagged again. Tagged him twice.
So is Peter Avalon. And now left hands from Spears, the southpaw.
Beating the holy high hell out of QT Marshall, right? Knocking the apples out of him. Oh!
And this is when Spears is at his most effective, Taz, when he ratchets up the intensity. This is what Tully wants to see out of him.
And I think he's excellent at it. I think Sean Spears is a hell of a competitor and a seasoned pro for sure, and brings the intensity. And a guy like Tully in his corner, obviously a legend like Tully, could motivate you and teach you even more.
Oh, Avalon. The leg lariat covers 1, 2. 2 count only there for referee Bryce Remsburg. Avalon, great tag team continuity here. Sean Spears and Peter Avalon.
Yeah, they've singled out QT Marshall right now, keeping QT towards their corner to keep him away from Dustin.
Spears.
Well, time for a water break.
A little bit of the Mizu.
I used to do that on a podcast. Long story.
Oh. Now, Taz, you've been around professional wrestling.
A couple times, yes.
What exactly does blowing water into the eyes of your opponent do?
It's just a quick distraction. But the short answer is nothing. Okay. But it does, it can, embarrassment. It makes you look like a jabroni. It makes you look like a fool. A guy spits in your face.
Well, QT Marshall making Spears look like a jabroni, countering with that enziguri. He's got him rattled, both men on the canvas. And momentarily, as Spears makes the tag.
Here we go.
Avalon throws. Oh, wow. Taken off his feet by Dustin Rhodes. Shot by Dustin takes Spears out of the equation.
Good reversal by Avalon. It didn't work. It's not going to work.
Big right hand takes Avalon off his feet. Now sent pillar to post. It's the librarian. A power slam.
Snap power slam by Dustin. Awesome. Oh, missed that one. Nice. Spears put the brakes on.
He went for the knee lift, but there Dustin hits it the second time around.
Talk of a grizzled pro, a grizzled veteran, battle-tested warrior like Dustin Rhodes.
And with Avalon isolated in the corner, big right-handed uppercut.
You know what he's setting him up for here. Oh, boy.
Avalon might be in store for an unnatural kick. But Spears, I believe, caught the blind tag. And now, spine on the pine. Big spine buster from Sean Spears.
Well done. Great job by Spears. Oh, man, look at this. Oof.
Backbreaker flatliner combination by QT Marshall. Charging into Sean.
Whoa! Ow. Air QT.
Sent high and crashing down low.
Flying in the air.
Oh, look at this. Inside cradle. 1, 2. No.
quickness. Good job by Dustin. Didn't get the win, but good job there. Nice switch.
Spears has Dustin up on the shoulder. He could be looking for C4. That running Death Valley driver. Toe kick. And now, the code red. 1, 2, no!
Tough to do that on such a big cat like Sean Spears. Look at his ribs, how Spears' ribs on the left side are bruised up there. Show you how physical this match has been.
Dustin Rhodes, who came into Double or Nothing last year to that matchup with Cody on pay-per-view, and he thought that it was one last ride. But since then, he has added so much to his repertoire. That Code Red, the Canadian Destroyer. I mean, he has proven that he has got so much left in the tank as Sean Spears is finding out the hard way here, Taz.
Dustin's motivated. He's motivated by the youth movement here in AEW, and he's feeding off of it, Dustin Rhodes. And right now, Sean Spears might be getting the worst of it. Well, maybe I spoke too soon. Oh,
Leva Bates provided a momentary distraction.
See the old Book Jones. I got it. Watch out!
Spears! Diving frog splash covers 1, 2. Oh, so close.
That was super close.
Spears did a great job of changing direction in midair, and he came crashing down across the chest of Dustin Rhodes with that frog splash.
Sean Spears was livid at the referee saying it was 3. I mean, it was close. It wasn't 3, but it was super close.
Now Avalon tagged in the legal man. Spears had... Oh, it was a blind tag. And Avalon...
Oh, there you go. That wasn't blind. That was a straight shot to the Avalon's face. He's knocked out, dude. Look at him. You know where he is, Avalon.
And here's the thing about Sean Spears. He's got that mean streak. He's got that aggression from Tully Blanchard, but he doesn't control that aggression.
Look at he's leaving now. Look at this. He's just, you know, he takes his ball and goes home. Well,
another right hand across the jaw for Peter Avalon. And how apropos at the 10-minute mark, Sean Spears decides to leave this match.
Tully, and I see them to my left. You don't see him on your screen, but yeah, they left.
And now Peter Avalon.
Yeah, Peter's singled out.
He's hooked up in the corner.
And look at Leva.
Leva trying to do everything in her power to protect her fellow librarian.
It's not working. Dustin's still moving.
And I mean, Bryce Remsburg would be within his rights to call for disqualification.
Oh, look.
Brandy Rhodes.
Brandy's had enough. Uh-oh.
She's taking off the earrings.
No, she's taking those earrings out. It's on.
This is serious business here.
She's taking those earrings out. It's on. Leva has no idea what's about to hit her.
A spear. That surgically repaired clavicle. That natural kick for good measure.
Yam bag on YouTube. Oh. What a shot.
Dustin has Avalon up in a combination attack.
He's
1,
done.
2, 3.
The winners of this match, the team of QT Marshall and the natural Dustin Rhodes.
Leva Bates kept getting involved, and then you can't blame Brandy. She had enough. She's like, hey, I'm going to protect my guys. And what a spear that was for Leva by Brandy.
And look at this tag team maneuver.
It was great.
Combination Dominator Cutter combo from Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall.
Good stuff.
And Taz, history was made here tonight on AEW Dark. QT Marshall has his first notch in the win column.
Congratulations, QT. I knew you could do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on AEW Dark. For myself, for Taz, for Tony Schiavone, we'll see you all here next week. And also, be seeing on Saturday night for AEW Revolution.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. It's been a wonderful time here at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow night, we're going to be in Kansas City, Independence, Missouri, Silverstein Eye Center Arena. And people have been wanting to know about this beautiful I Heart AEW shirt. Well, of course, we love AEW. We're sure that you do as well. But there's a story behind this. When you purchase this I Heart AEW shirt, 20% of the proceeds will go towards the American Heart Atlanta Go Red Women's Campaign to honor American Heart Month. check out our merchandise at shopaew.com for more information.
I'm definitely going to pick one of these up, Tony, but also for those of you watching, once you get your shirt, don't forget to use @American_heart. Tag us in your photos. We want to see all your photos, and it's for a great cause.
It really is. And we'll see you every time you go to see us at Dynamite or Dark. You'll be able to see Dasha Gonzalez. I never want to do another show without you, my dear.
I will try my best.
Thank you very much. For Excalibur and Taz and the beautiful Dasha Gonzalez, who's back,
Woohoo!
I'm Tony Schiavone. See you next time on AEW Dark.